Do you ever feel like you're constantly drowning in bills? Like, no matter how hard you work, your money seems to vanish into thin air before the month is even over? Yeah? Well, guess what? You're not alone. Millions of people struggle with budgeting, and the sad truth is most people fail at it because they think it's restrictive. They think it means giving up everything fun and living like a monk. But let me tell you something, that couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, a budget isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. It's about taking control of your money so your money doesn't control you. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact steps you need to take to budget like a pro, even if you're starting from scratch. We're talking simple, practical steps that anyone can follow to gain complete control of their finances. So, if you're ready to finally break free from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, crush your financial goals, and start living life on your own terms, buckle up, smash that like button, and let's dive in. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty of building your budget, let's talk about why budgeting is so important in the first place. I mean, why should you even care? Well, let me tell you, a solid budget is like the foundation of a house. It's what everything else is built upon. Without a strong foundation, your financial house is going to crumble. A good budget is going to be your roadmap to financial freedom. It's going to help you stop living paycheck to paycheck, which, let's be honest, is stressful and exhausting. It's going to help you finally start saving money without even breaking a sweat. And it's going to help you tackle that debt that's been hanging over your head like a dark cloud. But it doesn't stop there. A budget also empowers you to invest in your future, whether that's buying your dream home, retiring early, or traveling the world. Think about it. Every dollar you consciously allocate brings you one step closer to your goals. The truth is, without a budget, your money controls you. You end up making impulsive decisions, wondering where all your hard-earned cash went. But with a budget, you take back the reins. You become the boss of your money. And that, my friends, is an incredibly empowering feeling. So, let's build that budget together and unlock your financial freedom. Alright, let's get down to business. The very first step to budgeting like a pro is knowing exactly how much money you're bringing in each month. No more guessing games, no more rough estimates. We need cold, hard numbers. Grab a pen and paper or open up a spreadsheet, whatever works best for you, and start by writing down all your income sources. This includes your salary or wages from your 9 to 5 or 8 to 6, let's be real. Any side hustles you've got going on, freelance gigs, passive income streams like dividends from investments, rental income, you name it. Now here's a crucial point. Make sure you're using your net income, not your gross income. Your net income is what you actually take home after taxes and other deductions. It's the money you have to work with, so that's what we're focusing on. Got your net income figure? Awesome. You're already one step ahead of the game. Now let's move on to the next step, which is arguably the most important part of the entire budgeting process. Alright, now it's time to face the music and get real with ourselves. This step is crucial but can be a bit eye-opening, even a little scary for some. But trust me, it's worth it. Most people significantly underestimate how much they spend each month. They have a vague idea, but haven't actually tracked their expenses down to the dollar. That's what we're going to do now. Go through your bank statements, credit card bills, and any other relevant financial documents, and write down every single expense, big or small, no cheating. As you go through your expenses, you'll notice they generally fall into three main categories. First up, we have fixed expenses. These are the non-negotiable recurring bills that are roughly the same amount each month, like your rent or mortgage, car payments, insurance premiums, and those pesky subscriptions we tend to forget about. Next, we have variable expenses. These fluctuate from month to month and include groceries, utilities, gas, entertainment, and those spontaneous online shopping sprees. And finally, we have discretionary spending, which is basically everything else. The fun stuff like dining out, travel, hobbies, and those impulse buys that make us feel good in the moment but leave our wallets crying later. Now, you don't have to do this manually every month. Thankfully, we live in a digital age. There are tons of fantastic apps out there that can automate this process for you, like Mint, YNAB, You Need a Budget, and EveryDollar. These apps connect to your bank accounts and automatically categorize your transactions, making expense tracking a breeze. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to dive deep into your spending habits and get crystal clear on where your money is actually going. Now that you have a clear understanding of your income and expenses, it's time to choose a budgeting method that aligns with your personality and financial goals. There's no one-size-fits-all approach here. It's all about finding what works best for you. Let's start with a popular and beginner-friendly method, the 50-30-20 rule. This method suggests allocating 50% of your after-tax income to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Needs are your essential expenses like housing, groceries, transportation, and utilities. Wants are those non-essential items that bring you joy, like dining out, entertainment, hobbies, and yes, even that new pair of shoes you've been eyeing. The 20% allocated to savings and debt repayment is crucial for building a solid financial foundation. This includes building your emergency fund, investing for retirement, and tackling any debts you may have. Next up, we have the zero-based budget, which is perfect for those who want to be extra meticulous with their money and ensure every single dollar has a job. With this method, you allocate all of your income to specific expenses, leaving no room for ambiguity. It's all about being intentional with your spending and making sure your money is working as hard as you are. And finally, we have the envelope system, which is a cash-based system that's great for visual learners and those who tend to overspend. With this method, you literally divide your cash into different envelopes labeled with specific spending categories, like groceries, entertainment, or transportation. Once an envelope is empty, that's it. You've reached your limit for that category. The key is to experiment with different methods and see what resonates best with you. Don't be afraid to customize and adjust these methods to fit your unique circumstances and preferences. Chapter 5. Step 4. Cut unnecessary expenses, trim the fat. Alright, it's time to put on our detective hats and identify areas where we can cut back on unnecessary expenses and free up even more cash flow. Remember, every dollar you save is a dollar you can put towards your financial goals. Start by reviewing your tracked expenses from Step 2 and ask yourself some tough questions. Do you really need all those streaming subscriptions? Can you downgrade your phone plan or negotiate a better deal on your internet bill? Are you eating out more often than you can afford? Be honest with yourself. Those seemingly small expenses can add up quickly. Cutting just a $10 subscription or brewing your coffee at home instead of hitting up Starbucks every morning can save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars over the course of a year. Another area where people often overspend is groceries. Meal planning is your secret weapon here. By planning your meals in advance, you'll not only eat healthier but also reduce food waste and save a ton of money on groceries. The key is to be ruthless and cut out anything that isn't absolutely necessary or adding value to your life. Remember, this isn't about deprivation, it's about being smart and intentional with your money. Chapter 6. Step 5. Automate and track your progress. Make budgeting effortless. Alright, let's talk about how to make budgeting as effortless as possible. After all, who wants to spend hours each month crunching numbers and stressing over their finances? Not me. And I'm guessing not you either. The key is automation. Most banks allow you to set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account. Decide how much you want to save each month, and schedule those transfers to occur automatically on your payday. It's like paying yourself first. Next, automate your bill payments to avoid those pesky late fees. Most service providers offer auto-pay options, so take advantage of them. Another powerful automation tool is spending alerts. Many banks and budgeting apps allow you to set up alerts that notify you when you've exceeded a certain spending threshold or when a bill is due. These alerts help you stay on top of your finances and prevent any surprises. Tracking your progress is also crucial. Set aside some time each week or month to review your budget, see how you're doing, and make adjustments as needed. Life is fluid, and your budget should be too. Chapter 7. Pro tips for budgeting success. Level up your game. You've made it to the bonus round. Here are some pro tips to take your budgeting game to the next level. First up, implement the 24-hour rule for any significant purchases. Instead of impulsively buying that big-ticket item, give yourself 24 hours to think it over. This will help you avoid buyer's remorse and make more rational spending decisions. Next, don't be afraid to negotiate. You can often lower your bills such as your phone, internet, and insurance simply by calling your provider and asking for a better rate. The worst they can say is no, but you might be surprised at how often they're willing to negotiate. Another pro tip is to embrace the power of cash. Using cash for discretionary spending categories like dining out or entertainment can help you stick to your budget and avoid overspending. And finally, remember that budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. Your budget is a tool to help you achieve your financial goals and live a richer, more fulfilling life. So, there you have it. Everything you need to know to budget like a pro. Congratulations! You've reached the end of the video, and now you're armed with the knowledge and tools to take control of your finances and achieve your financial dreams. Remember, budgeting isn't about being perfect, it's about progress. Start small, be consistent, and don't be afraid to adjust your approach as you go. Now I want to hear from you. Which step are you going to tackle first? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more awesome financial tips, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. I'm rooting for you.